Usually what you want to do is not aim for, hey, I have a hands-on learner. So the only way this student can learn is I need a hands-on experience. Actually, you have, yes, maybe a hands-on learner, but you have other intelligences going on within that. And what you need to provide for your student are as many different kinds of learning experiences as possible. When you're in a room, it's the same goal, except you're more limited, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Outside, you can actually create tons of learning experiences that are different and easy for you to do. They're not, planned for an hour and a half for 20 minutes of learning experience. It's easy to do, and I'll give some examples, but what it does is it empowers you to create a whole bunch of learning experiences in the freedom of the outdoors already for your learner. Whatever kinds of intelligences they possess uniquely, you can provide a variety of experiences that tap into those 2 or 3 primary dominant areas. And maybe one teaches something a little bit better than another, but because you're bringing them together, you're covering your bases in a really enriching way. So I would say that getting your kids outside is going to create an easy way to do this. I'll just give some examples. So we all have independent learners. We call them these independent, my daughter's 3, and she is one of the most independent, stubborn, I need my place and my home. She's one of those people. We all know, many of us have children that at least have some component of that. A lot of times birth orders, funny how that works out. But think about, if you're outside, your child has more space, more opportunity to explore and investigate in a very independent way. So the student that needs their own control, their own thoughts, their own time, their own way, a lot of times it's all about just doing it their way versus another person's way. They can do that, and you have the space to allow them to do their thing, usually safely, at a distance, feeling like they have their sovereign territory. They've got some control over something, and they can experience and excel and enjoy that freedom. And then you can rein them back in. And because they have an outlet for that independence, they actually value that experience more, which means they tune into what you're trying to get across. As an example, one of the great ways, simple things, is you can study trees all day long very easily. And you can actually measure, like you can think, well, how old is a tree by figuring out what kind of tree it is. And then 2, by just simply measuring the tree. And so when you do that, you can give a child, almost any age, either help them. They get the space to say, I can go to this space, look at the tree, we can measure around it, measure how tall it is. We know what kind of tree it is because we did the little tree finder book, and they have their space to do that. The opposite, let's say a person that learns through conversation, not hearing the lecture, but through conversation. That's me, actually. I learn best. When I read a book, I need to talk about it. I need to talk about it so you can exchange back and forth. The community learners, they can be given a team to work with, whether they're a leadership personality or not. They can work with a team. And if the parent just steps away, and Charlotte Mason says this a lot, teachers love to naturally encroach and direct, versus we should let the students kind of trial and error figure out, and eventually it's going to get to where we want them, or they're going to learn something better that we didn't have in mind. So if you step away, as a teacher, teachers love to talk. That's why teachers get into it. That's why I'm a talker. I'm filling up like all the time at this point. We want to talk and control and push, and parents have such a passion to care for their kids. We love our kids more than anything. We need to step back. And the outdoors allow a community experience where we can step away and give them freedom. Whereas in a room, the kid kind of knows you're always listening. And that's not quite just us talking. You can give them that community experience. And that's a very general way. You don't have to come up with a genius idea. You just go and do it, and yet there's still all that benefit happening.